Hi, this is Michael Graves, and you're listening to WithoutYourHead.com.
Welcome to the station of decapitation without your head. I'm Nasty Neal, and I'm joined by the band The Bloodstrings. We have Selena, Festus, Dr. Nick, and Manuel.
Hey.
Hello.
Excellent. Maybe you guys should each introduce yourselves. Let everyone know your role in the band.
All right, Barbie from left to right. Start with you.
Okay, left, that would be me. Hello. Yeah, I'm Selena. I'm doing the vocals.
Mm-hmm.
And some lyrics, songwriting and stuff. That's all.
Hey, my name is Festus. I'm the drummer of the band, and my hobby is drinking. That's all.
He plays the drums.
Yeah.
My name's Nick. I'm the upright bass player, background singer, and booking manager dude stuff, you know?
Exactly. Understand.
And I'm Manuel. I'm the guitarist and the driver.
You don't drink.
I drink, but yeah,
Not while driving.
Not as often as we do.
yeah, I'm forced to reduce it on tour.
I understand. So let everyone know you guys are from Germany, and I noticed on your Facebook page it says punkabilly. What is that? Is that the genre you guys consider yourselves, or what do you consider you guys?
Like that's not an easy thing. That's why we put it that way, like punkabilly, because we started out as like founding ourselves as a psychobilly band without knowing how to play psychobilly properly, because we're all super punk rock influenced, you know. Mm-hmm. So we just played music the style we wanted it, and it turned out to be a mixture of punk rock, psychobilly. Some new songs have some cruel hardcore elements in it. That kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And polka and flamenco.
No. We try to keep it simple, but yeah, it's rather a punkabilly thing, you know, because we're rather influenced by bands like Mad Sin or the Necromantics or that kind of stuff, rather than the Meteors, as it were.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He just mentioned polka, but it did sound like you have an accordion at the beginning of one of your tracks.
Yeah, that's our Seaman song, you know, because it's the German song, and it's about it's a metaphoric song about being lost at the sea, basically. So with that kind of topic, we thought it would just be fitting and a kind of funny thing to put an accordion on the record. We don't have it live, though.
Oh, okay.
We played it once live.
Yeah, we played the entire...
Without the fucking accordion. We can't play accordion for shit.
Yeah, like nobody does. That's just a record thing, you know? Right. That's just a fancy record thing.
Right. We played it for my mother, because my mother is always freaking out about the German song and stuff, and yeah.
So we had to play the German song the other night. Yeah.
It's a great track, even though I don't understand what you're saying. I really dig the song.
I can send you a translation if you want to.
That'd be great. Yeah. And I would say it probably wouldn't be worth it to hire an accordion player just to do the intro to one song.
No.
Oh, no.
We didn't hire an accordion player. We played the accordion with 3 people.
No, 4.
4 people. Nobody knew shit about how to play the accordion, but we had one guy that played the keyboard parts on our album. So what we did actually, I thought we could keep it a secret, but... But now we're telling. Okay, so that one guy played the keys on the accordion. One was holding the entire thing, and 2 people were dragging the thing up and down. You know, so because nobody actually knew how to play the accordion, but we wanted to have a real one, not a synthy or something.
Yeah.
That was fucked up, but it sounds nice. So
I like it. It's very unique. Now you mentioned your mom. Mentioned singing, doing the German song. I was just wondering, for German audiences, you guys do primarily songs in English. How does that? How do they take that?
I think they take that. It's a very common thing, Like, of course, there are bands that play German songs and stuff, have all their songs in German, but we started out English speaking, so we just we never saw the need of having German lyrics, because that's always a problematic thing for shows abroad. And German audiences dig it, because most of other German bands are having English lyrics as well. It's a normal thing, I guess.
It's not really common to play German punkabilly, psychobilly songs, so it's kind of special for them too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because I'm from America, and here, it's just a different culture. We primarily speak English, and our possibly future president wants to build a wall to keep out, everyone speaks other languages, so it's a different thing here.
Yeah.
But for Selena, for yourself, do you have a preference in singing English or German?
I guess my preference is English. I don't know, because the articulation. Can you say that? I don't. Is it a word?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Your English is better than mine.
The German word, which is Artikulation. So.
Well, that sounds a lot cooler.
The articulation in English is way nicer. I don't know. I have some family in England, and I just like. Writing the lyrics in English way more. It's also, especially speaking English, it sounds nicer. German, the German language is very hard, very harsh. It doesn't always sound right, so it's nice to have a few German songs, maybe one or two, but the rest should be in English, I think.
Yeah. Now, where do you guys? Where's the band taking you? Like, what other countries?
We played UK twice now.
And
we played Poland, Czech Republic, Austria, which is almost Germany, okay?
Belgium, Netherlands, France,
Luxembourg.
Poland?
Yeah.
We mentioned Poland already. We almost made it to Spain, but didn't work out, but probably next year. And we're doing I think we're doing some other countries next year, also Slovenia and that kind of stuff probably. But just so far, just European countries.
Yeah, that's pretty wild though to be playing all these different countries.
It's awesome. It's always a super funny thing how different, but also how similar people from other countries are. Like. You play Poland and you're super worried because you can't speak a word of Polish. You don't know how the people are, but they're the same people as we are, basically, and that's the cool thing of playing abroad, not just in Germany.
Mm-hmm. When you what's the furthest road trip you guys have taken?
Scotland.
On one day.
Yeah, anytime. Well, if they took several days, I would think that would even be a longer road trip.
I guess the two longest drives were the first one was from London to Glasgow.
Yeah.
And the I guess that's the longer one, was from Warsaw.
Yeah, from Warsaw to Prague.
To Prague. It took us like 8 hours or something.
Yeah. And for European standards, that's super long.
I guess for American standards, it's peanuts.
So
drives like 8 hours.
it's pretty long. So do you have any road stories? Guys from traveling from country to country.
Oh my
Road
God.
stories. Like the good thing is that so far we never experienced our car breaking down. That's
What?
a good thing. That's a positive. But if you want a road story particularly, that's probably the hitchhiker.
yeah.
It was in Germany we played. Do you know the band Kitty in a Casket? We support them once in a while when they're on tour, and we played in Cologne, Germany with them, which is not that far from our hometown, just an hour drive or something. So we were just ending up on the motorway, and we met a hitchhiker on a gas station. And he wanted to go to Cologne, and he was super nice and I don't know, kind of weird too, but we liked that. And he was like, "Yeah, I don't have anything to do, blah blah blah." So we took him with us, and he was our merch guy then. Because we didn't have anyone with us to look for the merch and sell the merch, and he was super into it, and he did a great job selling our merch and promoting our band and stuff. And we just met him that day. We never met him again, though.
Yeah. And he didn't even know where to sleep that night.
Yeah, he ended up running through the city, I think. Poor him.
He didn't ask you if you liked head cheese or anything. He wasn't like the guy from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So you said he was the merch guy. Did he design merch, or was he selling it for you?
Yeah, just selling it on the show. The guy that stands behind the merch stand and selling the stuff.
Yeah.
Not designing it. That would have been awesome, though.
Yeah. And then he just leaves, and you guys looking for him ever since. So, what is your drink of choice on the road?
Beer.
Yeah.
Beer.
Water is also important, I think.
Oh, okay.
And some wine for me. Sometimes.
Yeah, our drummer drinks a shitload of wine. I don't know why.
Yeah. But in fact, we are all really heavy beer drinkers.
Beer drinkers, yeah.
We are German. We drink beer.
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah. That was kind of a given, I suppose.
Yeah, you have to keep up the cliche,
Yeah.
What country has the best beer?
Budweiser in Prague.
Really?
Yeah. Czech beer is, I guess, the best on the planet.
No, I don't think so. To me, the best beer we had on the road was always in Bavaria.
Yeah, okay.
Bavaria has the best beer, I think.
And Bavaria has I don't know, 2,000 breweries in every city. Yeah.
Yeah, but
minimum.
Yeah, and I don't know. Everywhere you go to, they have a local brewery, and it's always the best beer.
But never forget the Belgian beer. I know when we played in Belgium, and we could try some Belgian beer.
Yeah, this witch beer and stuff.
I think Duvel and Jupiler or something, and shit ton of different other beer, and it was all very great.
Yeah, and it's strong beer.
Yeah.
It's way stronger than German beer.
It's it has at least, I don't know, 8% of alcohol in it.
No, a bit
Belgian beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here it's 5%, I believe, in most beers.
Yeah, that's normal. I think.
Yeah. So, how did you guys all meet? How did the Bloodstrings form?
Oh, that's I don't actually know.
We've actually been friends forever. It's very weird how we got to know each other. Maybe we have all kind of been in the same friendship circle, but the most funny thing about this is I learned to know Nick in Portugal. We went to a holiday camp.
Like a youth camp,
Yeah, I think 11 years or 12 years ago. And then I noticed that he also knew some friends of mine in my hometown. And then kind of the whole friendship circle formed, and we got to know each other better. And then one day Nick called me and he was like, yeah, should we form a band? I want to do this psychobilly band thing. And I was all in. And yeah, then somehow it happened. And first we practiced in some little cabin in some garden.
Yeah. But yeah, Manuel and I, we were on the same school. So that's the thing. We're all from a rather small town. So if people are digging that kind of music, you meet each other.
Yeah, you get to know each other.
So this is how basically. So we've been friends for over 10 years, all of us.
And in the beginning, we had a different drummer than Patrick. We had Maxi.
Nobody knows how Maxi is.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that much.
Yeah. Okay. But we like him, and we are friends with him.
Still.
Yeah.
Still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
But,
I was gonna say, I think that's good that you guys have been friends for so long, because usually if you form friendships, when you're younger, they last. They're built to last.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's also like a thing when we are on tour. Like when we meet other bands, they're always like, "Yeah, we are on tour on the second day today, and we all hate each other now."
It basically never happens to us because we know each other for so long, and we know all our bad sides for so long.
Yeah,
so
and we like always have fun together.
True.
Yeah.
We barely ever argue, which is weird.
Yeah.
But
cool.
Yeah, but it's definitely good for the band. And who came up with the name Bloodstrings?
Oh, I don't know. Who came up with it? Selena, probably?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
I think it was...
The thing was pushing the daisies.
Yeah.
The first...
it took us long to...
Yeah, we were searching for some psycho-related things and we didn't find any. And then one day, I remember that I was practicing guitar, because in the beginning I was still playing guitar with Manny and with Manuel together. And then I practiced too much, and then somehow my nail broke off and I was bleeding, and then my whole guitar was full of blood, and I was like, just as a joke, let's just call ourselves the Bloodstrings. And then we were like, yeah, why not?
And we all had that in our bands, in our former bands, and in the Bloodstrings, we all played until
our fingers were literally bleeding, you know. So this is probably why. Yeah.
That's it. He probably wouldn't let me to tell this story on air, but I have a friend, I won't say his name, and he does that as a gimmick. He'll actually cut his fingers while he plays, so people think that his fingers bled from playing so hard.
But yeah, you know, that's how you come to a band name, you know, just by coincidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kept it that way because if you have a band, you have to name it somehow, you know.
But in fact, it doesn't mean nothing.
It doesn't mean that much. No, it's not about blood, horror, whatever. It's just the coincidence, actually.
Yeah.
Just name.
But yeah, but I like that. There's a personal experience there that where the name comes from. It wasn't just, you know, hey, this sounds cool, let's do that.
It also sounds cool, though.
It does sound cool, exactly.
And I guess we are not gonna change that name. Why should we? So
yeah, why should we? That would be dumb, I think.
Yeah. So, what music did you guys all listen to before you started the Bloodstrings?
Punk rock.
Punk rock. Yeah, like
Rancid, Motorhead. Rancid and Motorhead.
They're probably our biggest influence. Like
Madsen.
I listen to much of NoFX.
We listen to really a lot of stuff. Like for me as guitarist, I listen to punk rock. I listen to metal, to swing, ska, reggae, blues, whatever
Whatever
I
looks like you
can
like.
get
Mhm.
and like.
Yeah, but of course we grew up as punk rockers, basically.
But mostly I listen to punk rock, hardcore
Mhm.
punk rock, and
How is punk rock accepted in Germany? You know, I've no lived there, so I don't know. Is it a common thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is pretty much. It's a huge scene, and it's actually like some punk rock bands. I guess just like in the U.S., some punk rock bands are becoming real mainstream things. Actually, also the clothing that's behind it and stuff. It's getting more and more popular and mainstream. So punk rock is a common thing, and especially in Europe, I think it's a very huge scene. Like the festivals of the big players in punk rock, they're huge money flow and everything. So yeah.
I noticed a lot of the bands like on the Undead Artist label and stuff that you guys do a lot of tours together.
Yeah, that's true. So far we didn't do many tours actually with other bands together. We just had one tour that we actually did with another band, which is Kitty in a Casket. They are actually from Austria, but yeah, the Undead Artists are touring a lot together. So far we didn't.
And we try to help each other out, I guess.
Yeah.
That's the true thing. Like in our German scene, we help each other out with shows, because the bands on Undead Artists, most of them are based in Germany, so you can exchange contacts to venues and stuff. It would be great to play more shows with them. We have that one horror punk band, Jamie Rotten Corpse. We play some shows with them in September. No, in October it is. But yeah, so far that's it.
And then foreign bands, like especially from the UK, always, especially when we went to the UK, asked us, like, why do you tour the UK? Germany is like the best place to play gigs ever.
And that's true, because the promoters don't screw you up. You get paid pretty well and stuff. Germany is a very good country, actually, for
UK
that kind of music.
promoters don't screw you up either, but
Yeah, but
the deals are better.
I have to say, in UK we still made very good experience. Like,
really.
they all helped us out so much, and they fed us, they gave us drinks, and we had a place to crash at, and it was very lovely.
Yeah.
It's like every other band that played the UK before that we know, like bands from our halt so befreundete Bands.
Yeah, like bands we're friends with. Most of them said don't play that much abroad because because Germany is more worth it, and especially in UK you don't get paid well. Most of them actually told us, get hands to promoters in the USA, blah blah blah. So far we didn't though, but. We played with some American bands recently. Like last time we were in England, we made some friends from the US, the Loveless and Cursed Bastards. They invited us to play the USA one time. We probably make it. I don't know.
Sometime.
So sometime, you don't know what the future holds. It all depends on the money. That's the thing.
Yeah. I know the other just had a tour of the States.
Yeah. Well, the other are huge here in Germany as well.
They are.
Like every Halloween, they have a huge.
They own Halloween.
Yeah, their own Halloween party in Cologne, and they invite huge bands to play with, and they're huge. So there's not a lot of horror punk bands, but those that make it are actually pretty big here.
Yeah.
Thing is, they don't really play that often. in Germany.
Yeah, but when they play, the venue's packed.
When they play,
sold out
it's
immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like they make themselves pretty rare, and yeah.
Yeah. We had
Yeah.
I had Rod Rosher on the show a couple years ago. He's a really cool guy. From
It's
the
good
other.
stuff. Yeah.
So Cold Black Heart, which everyone can get now. How do you choose which song is the order of the songs on for an album?
That's that's a really good question. Actually, I think it always depends on what you want to do with the record. For Cold Black Heart, we knew that this should be our first release on vinyl, so it depends a lot on how long the songs are, because each side of the vinyl has to have a certain length, you know. So this is why, but also we always try to
have some diversity.
Yeah, exactly. Have some diversity. You know, don't play all the fast songs on the first side, and the B side is full of the slow songs. You know, we always try to, like in Cold Black Heart, for example, side A, because it's the first side you play on your record player, should be the one that tells the listener how the Bloodstrings sound like, you know. So it has some harsh and pretty fast songs, but it also contained like the first more slower song or more experimental song, you know.
Yeah. But you always got to end with a like.
Yeah, with a smasher. You always have to start and end the record with a smasher. This is why we took Cold Black Heart on the B side as the almost last song, and the last song was Digging Our Graves then, because it's super fast and messy and we love it.
Yeah, definitely, and you want to flow on the when you listen to the whole album, because if you end with Cold Black Heart, even though it's a great track, it is like you said, a slower song and stuff, but then it picks you back up with Digging Our Graves.
Exactly. That was the plan.
It worked out.
Yeah. By the way, did you would you like to hear Cold Black Heart? I mean the song in the Quentin Tarantino film.
I would definitely. I think yes, of course I would. Yeah.
It would fit.
I think so. Yeah.
That's what we thought when we wrote the song. Oh, this is kind of like that kind of stuff that plays in Quentin Tarantino movies. That's why we were digging it so much.
Shut your mouth.
Okay.
So Selena mentioned that she did some of the lyrics. So who does write the lyrics? Is it like a collaboration of everyone, or?
Kind of, I think Selena writes the most lyrics, right?
I think Nick and me write most of the lyrics. It's like most of the time Nick comes up with an idea, and then we kind of, most of the time we meet, and then we just jam a bit and see how things are going. And I know I have a very long bus drive to my to the place where I study in the Netherlands, and most of the time I ride there in the bus.
Yeah.
And so I have a lot of time. And I try to now that I have my bachelor, I try to spend more time on writing. So
I think you can break it down to you can break it down to most of the times it's me having an idea of what could be a proper hook line or something, you know, and then I go and then I call Selena and be like, yeah, I have a song idea. It's probably going that way, and the hook line could be something like blah blah blah, digging our graves, you know, something like that.
Right.
And Selena makes the rest of it, you know.
And then the drummer says we have to play it faster.
Yeah. And then you have a Bloodstrings song.
Well, was the track Stalker, was that inspired by anyone? Was that inspired by like an event?
Oh no!
It was inspired by. But we can say.
No, we cannot.
No, we can't say that.
No, we can't say who, but
But yes, it was.
it was inspired by someone. It's that there was someone who used to come to our shows, and then at the beginning it was
creeping us the fuck out.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the beginning it was very lovely, but then later he was taking pictures and more pictures, and then only all of a sudden not only of the band, but then only of me, and then I was a bit scared, and I didn't like that, and I'm not a very I like to have my privacy, and I'm a bit shy actually, very shy actually, and I was a bit scared, and I you know.
Yeah.
But by now we kind of like him.
Yeah, I mean, he's not a bad guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
he's
let's
not a bad guy.
let's keep it that
Okay,
way. Let's-
yeah, okay.
Next question, please.
Cut, next scene.
Well, I do want to follow up on that. I won't ask about the Stalker, but because normally on the show here, my co-host is Annabelle Lecter, and we do a lot of videos together, and it is a little different. There is not to have like a double standard, but there is difference for a woman who's being seen and stuff with some creepy fans. So what is it like to have a female as the vocals of the band? And do you guys, since you guys are all friends, not that she needs protection, but do you look out for her?
I never experienced that sort of stuff that we have to look out for her. It's usually her looking out for us, So she's actually like if there's any issues, she's actually taking care of us, I think.
Yeah.
So no.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
The only thing we experienced is that many people told us to have more sex in our shows, to force our singer to be more to be super sexy and nasty and that kind of stuff on stage,
like a stripper without stripping.
But that's simply not us. We're a band and we're 4 people and everyone's equal in the band. We're not a front singer and 3 dudes playing the instruments.
And we don't need that.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm glad you said that actually. And if Annabelle was here, first she would have said she doesn't need protection. Probably would have beat me up. And also, it's kind of the same way. It's we're just 2 friends doing the show together. It's not she's the female of the show or anything like that. So.
Exactly. So that was never for us in the band. That was never a topic, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any venues that you would like to play that you haven't?
Oh, so far we didn't play Hafenklang in Hamburg. That's a venue I want to be. But yeah, I don't know. Festivals, yeah, we don't play a lot of open air festivals. We want to do that more in 2017. Mm-hmm. But venues, I don't know.
Yeah, different countries.
Does CBGB still exist?
I don't think it does actually, sadly. But
and is it a cool place?
I've actually never been there, but I think they were doing a film festival there not long ago, and Annabelle and I were going to go, but I don't think it exists as what people think of it as anymore. You know what I mean?
I don't think so either. But I don't know. Yeah, but no, there's no particular venue which I would consider to desperately want to be there.
Yeah.
We just want to play. We just want to travel different countries and just play as much as we can. We want to get booked for as many venues as we can and play everywhere we can. And we just love touring.
I guess we would love to play a show in London. It didn't.
Yeah, we never played London, but also for London bands, it's pretty fucked up to get hands on a London show.
Yeah.
So,
but on the other side, we didn't play Cologne
that often.
That often, and since we started the band, I don't know. this year we played in Cologne, and we formed in 2009, and it was the first gig in Cologne.
Yeah, you have to know Cologne is the next biggest city from where we're from. So.
It's like 40 minutes drive.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And we never played there since now.
Well, Brexit, the Brexit, will that affect chances of her playing in London?
That's funny. We were just talking about that. We don't know yet, but probably yes.
Yeah.
I'm actually very worried.
So.
You know, I even have family there, and I have family. They come from London. Part of them moved to York just now, and I was actually very worried about this right now. And how will that affect me and the band? And we really don't know. And when will it affect us? And can we still play Battle and Breakout maybe next year? We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can, I guess, but how easily will that happen? And
so far traveling through Europe was never a big issue.
Yeah.
But probably in 1 or 2 years it is. But yeah, actually we don't have any idea how this will affect us. Actually, we hope not at all.
Yeah. I know Johnny Rose from Undead Artists used to be 13 Shots. He had just moved to Germany, I think, from England, and. Since then, now he's like he mentioned that he's like considered a, now he's a foreigner as opposed to just being a European.
Yeah, true. That's what he told me also. Like he feels like a foreigner now, just because he doesn't feel that English anymore. You know, It's a fucked up thing. It's a super dumb thing, but yeah. Mm-hmm. TV says the Brexit could probably also be, abandoned again. I don't know. Like, there's, it's so vague, everything. So we don't know.
TV says.
The TV has told me, but I mean, just the people I know on Facebook, because I'm in America, but I don't think anyone that supports it. From anyone that I'm friends with, anyway.
No, I don't. I don't know anyone either that even sympathizes with it.
Yeah.
You know, everyone, I think every person that can think and make up his mind properly will know that this is a dumb idea.
I guess the older generation, the generation which will have died out in a few years and don't have to take care about this anymore. They don't have to worry about this.
Exactly. It's horrible to say, but this is true.
Yeah, but these are the people who are afraid. They don't know what's going on now. They're all
afraid about the refugees.
Yeah, that's the problem.
The foreigners taking our jobs. Blah blah blah.
That sounds very
bullshit.
Familiar. Yeah.
We experienced that a lot in Germany too. People that are afraid of foreigners and all that crap. We're in 2016. Make up your fucking minds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
even though I'm in a totally different country, it's very similar to what's going on here.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I mean, we just know it from television, but it's.
But your country is on the edge of electing Trump.
Yeah, it's
sad. That's it's fucked up everywhere right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's pretty crazy. Honestly, when he started, I just got a kick out of it because it was just he'd say insane things, but when people actually start getting behind that it's scary. It's no longer this is just some guys saying crazy stuff that might be funny, but not somebody you'd actually want to be running the country.
Yeah. Exactly. It's getting really serious, and then it's not funny anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's serious stuff. Yeah.
And especially with refugees, I've got to wie heißt es nochmal? Ich hab halt viele Flüchtlinge auch mittlerweile kennengelernt. So.
You learn to know a lot of refugees.
Yeah, I got to know a lot of refugees by now because I'm like, I don't know. I guess you would call it a paramedic. or something. That's what
Like
I
when you
what I do for
work
a
at the
living.
ambulance.
Yeah, he's driving
yeah.
the ambulance.
Yeah,
Right.
and we get
Some
a lot
cases.
a lot of cases at these refugee camps, and yeah, really they are like normal people like you and me, and maybe there are some assholes between them, but yeah,
Just like there are for
assholes
anybody.
are everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's more the actual person than all of the people.
And
That makes sense.
like how I got to know them is like the most of them are really really nice people and educated and whatever you
Yeah.
can get of them. Yeah.
So, do each of you have I don't want to say a favorite track, but a track that's like most personal to you?
On Cold Black Heart,
Or in general, do you mean?
In general.
In general, okay. Recently, I really liked oh my god, Drag My Body by Hot Water Music. I don't know. I really like it.
Well, I meant of your
is that what you mean?
I meant of your music.
Of our music?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of pretty, I think, personal songs coming up on our new record.
Yeah.
Because we're dealing with some more serious, more personal topics. Because Dine in Hell, for example, the single we're releasing right now is a pretty common thing. But yeah, but Hope the Line is a song we will release pretty soon as well. That will be a more personal thing, I guess. But you know, you're always writing lyrics you're actually pretty serious with, you know? Like we barely write any lyrics that are just coming to our minds and don't have any
meaning to you.
Any depth in it. So but that's a tough question though. Cold Black Heart to me is a pretty personal and deep song.
Also, it's about our album. So what we prefer of our songs. Okay. I didn't get that. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's a that's a that's a toughie, you know. Like on our album, for example, I wrote most of the lyrics personally for "In Love with a Monster." That's probably a personal song because it has to do with personal experiences, but also the words and are very generally speaking, you know, because everyone has experienced something like that, you know, being in love with someone who's not good for you, you know. That's a tough question, man.
I felt that was kind of a theme in a few of the tracks.
Sorry?
I felt when you just said about being in love with someone who wasn't good for you, I felt that was kind of a theme in a few of the tracks.
Yeah, because we're all
true.
unloved people.
Yeah.
well,
Actually true. But also, I think the songs are also very cynic. A few of them are very cynic and kind of fictional. And we had some. Yeah, we were inspired by a lot of psychobilly bands and everything, and we just love the. Yeah, we love the topic and everything, and
the feel of it.
The feel of it, and we love writing cynic things and diabolic things, kind of. But
yeah, I guess you like every psychobilly song or lyric isn't really like that much like personal.
It totally depends, man.
Depends. But there are lots of psychobilly songs that are like about I don't know what, but not really personal.
I mean, if you are, I mean, it really depends on the song. Like Soul Eaters, for example, there's a line like that you kind of drown your sorrow in alcohol and everything, you know.
That's of course a
Like-
thing that everyone has experienced once in a
Yeah.
while. It's like at least us.
Yeah. No, I actually think you guys have great lyrics. I was just writing down notes when I was listening to the album, and in the opening track, at the end of it all, I thought, near the end of it, when it's now is the time to punish mankind because nothing is kind about man. I thought that was a great line.
Do you know? Yeah, it is. It is a great line. It is a line I actually took from Tom Waits. Because he was doing a soundtrack for a play called Wojciech. It's actually written by a German, but the songs are written by Tom Waits, and he has that line, nothing is kind about man, like referring to the word mankind.
Mm-hmm.
I love that pun, like that kind of pun, so much, because it's kind of relating to the nihilistic view you have once in a while when you're thinking about the world, about mankind, and about our existence. You come to the conclusion that actually nothing is kind about mankind. This is why I wanted to use that line.
Mm-hmm.
Because the end of it all, as the opener of that album, expresses like it should mark an end, kind of an end to the music you actually are used to listen to, because we always try to do completely new stuff. Does that make any sense, man?
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just to say though, you just mentioned about a lot of the psycho punk or just punk in general has like the nihilistic themes in it. What drew you guys to punk? Was it just the overall sound? Was it the lyrics? What about it interested you?
To me personally speaking, punk rock was kind of something that it was like it was the music, the sound of the music in the first place, but it also was something I could finally relate to, as as a youth of young teenage years that was a classical loser, not good at school. I didn't have much friends. I didn't have girls or anything. So punk rock was that one thing that I could relate to, because you find friends that have the same passion, that believe in something, that believe in the unity that a certain kind of music genre can create, basically. Yeah. And this is probably a feeling a lot of us share.
Yeah.
Yep.
And for me, it was about energy.
Yeah, exactly. It's about energy. Punk rock is about and rock and roll itself, and psychobilly, and all the genres are basically about the same thing. To let your anger and your sorrow just to let it out. It's about an energetic way to live out your passion and not being by yourself.
Yeah. And it's like the more energy you let out, the better it gets.
Exactly. This is probably why we're playing so fast.
Yeah.
No, I meant, I asked the most personal song, but what seems to be like some of the tracks that when you play live really gets the best reaction? Because I think that would be two different things. Something you just like to listen to and something, playing live, because it would be, immediate in the interaction with the crowd.
There's quite a few. I think many people know. Of course, we like to play songs that the people know, so we can interact with them, let them sing the lyrics or that stuff. You Better Drop Dead is one of those songs, and yeah, because it's just a really cool thing for the crowd, so they have a hook line and a beat they can react to, you know. In Love with a Monster is one of those songs every crowd is digging, actually, because it's a very danceable song. It totally depends on the crowd. We have some super new songs that are not on any record, but we already play them live, and people go crazy without it. On it, sorry. Tonight we dine in hell, of course, is a song that is not to be missed in our live set, just because of the YouTube video and stuff. People know the hook line, and it's a good song also. So yeah, there's a lot of them. To be honest, if we could, we would probably play all of our songs. We would play the entire album, and we would play all songs that came before Cold Black Heart. We would play all songs after Cold Black Heart. You know.
Most of us.
Well, what did that noise mean? Is there a certain song that Selena does not want to play?
Selena doesn't like our old songs.
No, it's just no.
The very old ones.
No, it's just I don't know.
It's hard to play like every song we.
No, it's just more about also the recordings and stuff, and progress in vocals. I had some troubles because recording. When you're shy, recording is hard, and then you don't dare to get louder or get a few chords higher or something, and it's hard for me personally, and so I had some troubles recording the old songs, and but with the new songs, it all got better, and it gets better with every song. Kind of we oh my god, it gets better with every song that we
do
write, and so there's progress, and I'm looking forward to it. So the older songs for me personally aren't my favorites, but it gets better, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be excited about the new album. It's gonna be rad.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this, and I know you mentioned Tonight We Dine in Hell, which is a free digital download from the album. But what's the name of the whole album?
It will be called Born Sick.
Born Sick, yeah.
You know, when will that be available?
Early 2017 or something.
Yeah,
probably.
As soon as possible.
Yeah, we hope early 2017. Like, hopefully we will record it this winter. So we probably have the entire thing first month of next year. Hopefully.
And you can follow on the facebook.com/the Bloodstrings, you know, for all everything that's coming up. Is that the best place to follow you guys? The Facebook page?
Yeah, I think so. It's the best and fastest way to follow us, because we actually don't have a classic homepage, you know.
Who goes to homepages anyway?
I do.
You know, social media are so important. This is why, if you follow us on Facebook or Instagram, I think this is the place to be, to see what's up with the band. You know.
Yeah, actually, how important do you think that is, social media, especially to get the word out to other countries, you know, and get the music out?
For bands, it's super important. Like
it is.
the most gigs we book are actually done over Facebook friendships and stuff. It's not it's in this digital century, it's not that much about personal contacts anymore. Of course, this is a shame, but this is how the world works right now. So social media are super important. Through Facebook and other things, you can reach so many people at one time.
Yeah.
And right now, it's still for free, so why not take advantage from it?
Yeah. Plus, you said about, meeting people in person or whatever, but, it just wouldn't be possible anyway, like, for me to hear you guys, unless it was through social media. Or the internet. But are you guys ever surprised that, that you have listeners in, like, non-European countries?
I'm always like this is always the most awesome thing, if you get contacted by, I don't know, a Mexican or whatever, or people in Asia or in Eastern Europe that tell you, I totally dig your music. I mean, that's awesome.
Or like the two Americans that met me at at Bedlam Breakout.
Yeah, there was like we played a festival in England, and there were two Americans that were huge fans of us. We were never in the US or anything, and Manuel met them, and they were like, yeah, we actually didn't want to come on Friday, but as we saw that you were playing on the Friday, we were arriving a day earlier, and I mean that's an unbelievable thing to us still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also I can't, I don't know, I think I can't really believe that. I think it's nice they liked our music, and I just, yeah, I hope it improves and more people like our music. I know I like, especially when we play gigs on tour, like for example in Poland and for example in Warsaw.
Yeah.
We played a gig, and then someone wanted to hear that he requested a song from the EP, our first EP, and I didn't even know how to sing it anymore, and I was like, how does this guy know that song and why? And that made me so happy, like really happy.
That's awesome. You mentioned being shy a few times, Selena. How does that work when you're on stage? Do you feel like when you're actually on stage performing, you're not shy anymore, or it's easier for you, or?
It gets better. By the time it gets better, every month, kind of. It improves. Like, the thing is, in the beginning, it was like not possible at all. It was pretty crappy for me.
It was Selena hiding behind the keyboard.
And in fact, it was Selena's first band. All of us, all the others of us, we had bands before where we played guitar and drums and bass and everything. But for Selena, it was the first band that she ever.
Yeah, I was just trying to kind of improve by just taking some singing lessons and
shouting lessons.
Yeah, and I also played theater for 1 or 2 years, and then it kind of got better, and now I'm not. I don't have any anxieties anymore, and on stage, especially the last 2 years, I felt pretty good. I just had fun. That's all, and I'm looking forward to the next years, and that will come.
Nice.
But we're still not doing that sex sells thing.
Yeah.
No, that's
important thing to say. Very important.
I'm trying to, but nobody wants to.
Everyone but Selena is trying to do that.
Ryan.
But yeah, well, I actually like that attitude, because I would definitely say your vocals and your talent speaks for itself. So
True.
Yeah.
And that's how it should be.
Exactly. Now, Festus, now where did the name Festus come from? Is it?
It's actually my name is Patrick and my last name is Fest. So Festus. Yeah, do you know the Western series? Well, there's a guy named Festus actually.
No,
I don't know what it's called, but when I was younger, I saw like in Germany it's rauchende Colts. I don't know, like smoking guns.
Smoking guns are probably.
That's I don't know.
It's a very old Western series.
And there was a guy called Festus, and because my last name is Fest, I'm called Festus.
There's a professional wrestler named Festus a few years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
And he's professional, so he has to be good. So
yeah. He was like mentally handicapped, and they would bring him back.
Oh, dude,
that's definitely him.
That's definitely our Festus as well. That fits perfectly.
It was inspired by
Thank you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, Nick, you play a giant bass. I've noticed.
Yeah.
Oh, why is that? Is that hard to play? Like, I don't think that's a traditional bass to play, like, on stage and stuff. But why did you choose that?
I don't know. I seriously don't know. Like, I've been a bass player ever since, but when I started playing the upright bass, I just wanted to give it a try. In the end, then I ended up with it just because,
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like I love the instrument. Sometimes I hate it. Sometimes I hate it. Sometimes I wish I was just a guitar player and not carrying that huge fucking thing with me. But
this big cello.
This super huge violin. No, of course I love it, and I love the slap sound. I love actually everything about that instrument. That's why I wanted to play it. But of course, it's in our genre. It's kind of common, of course, but it's still a special thing which kind of catches the eye of people, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But this is, of course, not why I wanted to play it. It just happened,
Mm-hmm. And Manuel, how did you get involved in playing the guitar? What
Manuel's in the bathroom right now.
Oh, okay.
He's coming back now.
He's coming back. Give him a second.
No problem.
Excellent. How did
Sorry, man, we're drinking right now.
That's
How
good that
did
we
you
jump
start
your
to
life.
play guitar? Was the question.
How did I start to play guitar? Well, my sister played guitar when she was like 14 or something. She's 3 years older than me. And she had the same guitar teacher than like me. And I started playing guitar when I was 15 or something. Yeah, and I played her guitar at first. And yeah, that's how I got to learn guitar. And I played it until I was 19 or something, and
then you got your own.
and then I had to start like having a job and stuff, and it didn't work out anymore. But I like completed everything about rock guitar, and I was just starting to learn a lot about jazz and stuff, and then I had to quit it, and yeah.
Selena, what was how did you how were you chosen to be the vocalist?
I don't know. The thing is, I mentioned I play guitar. Oh God, what am I saying? I started playing guitar and I liked singing to it. And another thing I was doing a lot was playing theater in my hometown, and I was actually doing this a lot, and there were some kind of chansons I had to learn for it, like a few songs for theater plays, And because of that, I took some vocal lessons in the beginning. And then I thought about, why not try it in a band? I'm playing some guitar, I'm having some vocal lessons, why not try it? And then Nick asked me to join a band, and since then I'm also trying to improve myself and getting some more vocal lessons. And
Well, I think all of you do a great job.
Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome.
We try our best, you know.
There you go. Now, usually on the show we talk about horror movies, so I do want to ask: are you all horror movie fans?
Yeah.
And
I think if not, we would not have ended up
we would
playing
not exist.
that kind of movie, you know. But we're not horror movie maniacs, but
We like
of course we kind of like that kind of stuff.
I like love movies.
no.
Patrick Festus loves love movies.
Love movies, and soap operas.
No, he likes romantic comedies.
Romantic comedies, yeah.
With a good ending.
With a everyone gets married, everyone's happy.
Well, that's very nice. What are some of your favorites?
Favorites.
Like new favorites, like
horror movies or
Yeah, sure.
Of any kind. Well, any movie. Hey, what are some of your favorite movies in general? It doesn't have to be horror movies.
Like recently I saw I don't remember the name, but I saw a movie about some
Sounds very memorable.
scientist couple, and they
Origins.
Origins.
Was it Origins?
no.
That thriller with the eye.
They created like this
Let's go.
thing, and it was female and it had wings and it was kind of scary. And I don't know.
Never asked Manuel to explain a film.
Yeah, it was disturbing.
It had wings, and it was disturbing.
Yeah,
I like that movie with the killer tomatoes.
yeah, killer tomatoes.
Do you know that one? I like that one.
I like Sharknado.
Sharknadoes. Also, that's not a horror movie, but Sharknado is
I
brilliant.
like Elf.
I like die Bettwurst.
Well, I will be having the director of Sharknado on next week.
Yeah, or El Super Bisto.
I do actually like the Rob Zombie animated film.
Yeah, we really enjoyed them.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much every Rob Zombie movie.
I bought the pop-up edition of the of El Super Bisto. I'm sorry. I'm
a fan of Cell Super Beasto too. So.
We really enjoyed the Rob Zombie movies a lot.
Yeah. Now, from what I understand, horror movies are really big in Germany. Like they have, the conventions that do really well.
That's true. I've never been on one of those though. Well,
What about Exhibitionistenattacke?
No money.
we don't know that many titles in English. That's the problem.
There's a German film called Exhibitionist Attack, and
money.
it's like you always expect that movie to be a porn movie, but it doesn't get a porn movie.
And
it just gets worse.
And you're let down every time you watch it. Like, man, this still isn't porn. Maybe next time I watch it, it will be.
No, in general, the problem in Germany is that most horror movies are also the title are translated into German, so we don't really know how to explain. Because my boyfriend, for example, he's Dutch and he speaks English with me. And in the Netherlands, all the titles are their original titles. And when we talk about movies, he never knows what I talk about because I name the German titles and he doesn't have a clue what I mean. That's the problem.
Yeah, I think that's a problem right now with that kind of question.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
But like for example, series like Walking Dead and stuff. We enjoy them a lot. Like this is one of the original titles I can think of. And
But did you watch that prequel series, Fear the Walking Dead?
I like
That's
that.
shit.
I like it. No.
I didn't like it. I love The Walking Dead, but Fear the Walking Dead was awful.
Yeah, I mean, The Walking Dead isn't that good.
Oh, it's good.
It's like one of the only zombie series on TV, and it's the series.
Hey, but
that
I enjoyed a lot. I enjoy the plotline and I also enjoy the comics.
The comics are great, but
Yeah,
the
big fan of
series.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay. Okay.
Well, very good. What do you guys have coming up? Any appearances coming up?
Yeah, like as we said, we're working on the new album right now. Hopefully to be released in 2017. We will release another music video pretty soon, I guess. But right now we're focusing on the digital single of Dine in Hell. We were shooting and releasing the video more than half a year ago now, and now we thought it's about time to release it as a free download, and it's also going to be up on Spotify, Deezer, and whatnot. Just to give our fans and a broader audience a chance to listen to our new sound, to see where the new album is
going.
Is going to. Yeah, exactly.
As it directed.
Yeah. How fun is it to film the videos?
No fun.
It depends. The
food fight was fun.
Yeah, the thing is, I study film and I learned it, and I study film and I learned it, but it's hard if you don't have a team, and usually in film you have a team. Someone is doing the lighting, someone is doing the audio, someone is doing camera, someone is doing regie, so directing, and if you are in a band, you want to do something and you don't have the right team, then it's pretty hard. And I had a few friends to help me out, but if you didn't prepare it well enough, it's hard. So for the next time, we are really planning to have a good have like all the planning you need, like the call sheets and breakdown sheets, and have a good location and write everything down, make a list, make a storyboard, and
probably not do it all by ourselves.
And then if you've planned it well enough, then I guess it's real fun. Like, for example, my boyfriend, he studies film too. He's done by now, he did his bachelor, and he wants to help us out next time. And I think if we sit together and just make a nice storyboard and we plan it well enough, then it's a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun to do the video.
Yeah, it was just chaotic.
It was chaotic, but that's not a problem for me.
It was a lot of work.
Yeah, it was a lot of work, and the most of the things we filmed are not in the video. That's just because it's just like so much work, and what you get out of it is so less. But it's good. I really love the video. That's But it just I don't know.
Like, it's different from the tour videos. Like, if you go on tour,
you just do what you do.
We have a tour video online. It's called the Bloodstrings Tour Diary, and that was a lot of fun because you just make kind of a little documentary of what happens, and you take your cameras with you, you film it with a Steadicam, and then you make a nice edit, and you really spend a lot of time with it, make a nice edit, and then it's a nice result. But if you plan a video, you really have to plan it well. Try to not be chaotic.
Excellent. Well, I want to thank all of you guys for coming on tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, you're very welcome. And
That was a good interview.
excellent. I was glad you didn't say I hated it. I'm ready to get the hell out of here. But tonight we dine in hell. You can get it free digital download. Where do you get that, by the way?
As I said, the free download, you can grab it on Bandcamp. We will tomorrow we will release a direct link on the Arnet Artist page on our Facebook page. Yeah. But you can also stream it as the single on Deezer, Spotify, iTunes, I think also, all that stuff.
Excellent. All right, well, thanks again and continued success.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man.
Thank you for the interview.
Thank you for the interview, and we're really looking forward to the show.
Excellent.
Hello, everybody. This is Lips from the band Anvil. Yeah, you know it. You're listening withoutyourhead.com.